Going on, everyone? It's your boy Will from Will Talks Disney again. Don't know why I'm your boy, but I'm back for another YouTube video. You can't stop me. Well, I guess in theory, if you blocked me from YouTube, you could stop me. Sorry. Focus, Will. Today, we are talking about one of the best strategies for Hollywood studios. And it's not what you think. It involves going in on the weekend and not during the week like you might think. So, if you like my content, let's Mickey-fy that like button, subscribe, and the best way you can help me is by sharing my videos. So, Mickey-fy, subscribe, and share. Let's go into this article and let's find out why going on the weekends is actually the best strategy for Hollywood studios. So again, this article comes from the great Tom Bricker at Disney Touring blog. If you haven't visited his site, please go check it out. He's long-winded like me. He writes great articles. He takes great pictures. And he is basically my person in the parks that I can help you review and see how to have optimal strategies to go to Disney. So Hollywood studios. Again, it's not the crowds we saw in July, and it's definitely getting busier. So we're going to go through rope drop crowds, posted versus actual, trying to get Rise of the Resistance, and step-by-step morning and afternoon type schedule. So ever since the crowd apocalypse in Labor Day that never really materialized, like those ghosts from Haunted Mansion. Oh, it's spooky. It's Halloween. Sorry, focus. And we're starting to see the crowds come back to Hollywood studios. Obviously the crowds. Hollywood studios is probably the one park that you'll see most likely sold out compared to any of the other parks. So because of that, that's why it actually makes sense to do on a weekend. Whereas you're going to see much larger crowds on the weekends at Epcot or Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom. You're not really going to see a big variation in crowd level at Hollywood studios. So while intuitively you might think it makes sense to go another park, there really isn't much variation and change between Hollywood studios during the week and Hollywood studios during the weekend. Again, the biggest thing, and I posted this on my Instagram recently, follow me at Will Talk Disney. For people that have young kids, is Hollywood studios a must do for you? Now, I pose this because Rise of the Resistance is awesome, Toy Story Land, Sunset Boulevard, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Tower of Terror, Slinky Dog, Rise of the Resistance. I mean, I can just go on and on and on of the multiple awesome things about Hollywood studios. When you're traveling with kids, though, and Frozen's just starting to come back shortly here, but there's not as many stage shows, there's not as many dark rides that you would say have at Epcot, Animal Kingdom, kind of, but like at Magic Kingdom. So for a kid perspective, if it's me and my wife and my two girls that are under 4, a 4 and a 2-year-old, we're not going on Rock and Roller Coaster. We're not going on Tower of Terror. We're not doing Rider Swap. Well, like maybe we would do Rider Swap. We've actually never done trips by ourselves. We have our great in-laws that come with us. You should do that because it's free babysitting during your trip and you can do awesome rides. My oldest might be tall enough for Slinky Dog, but it'd be her first real roller coaster. And at 4, I don't know if I want to do that. She loves Toy Story Mania. There's Alien, Swirling, Saucers. Alien, Swirling, Saucers. That you could go on. Smuggler's Run, we can't do. Rise, we can't do. Star Tours is the worst ride on the planet because it makes me throw up every time. And then I think that's covered it. So with no meet and greets, how is it for families? Again, there's no real dark ride or shows that can just eat up the crowds. It's got the smallest footprint. It's compact. There's choke points just from different areas. So how is Hollywood studios and where does it fit for your family? I love Hollywood studios. There's great entertainment, but I just don't know if it fits in our schedule. This whole not being able to park hop thing is really throwing me for a loop right now. Again, here's what it looks like right at the beginning. Again, Tom and Sarah got here a little bit later at 9:30, and this is Mickey and Mickey's Runaway Railway. It's got the extended queue going on, and right at the beginning, it's already up to a 90-minute standby wait. So again, Disney has been inflating their ride times. That one's probably closer just because that's what everyone wants to do right in the morning. They recommend not doing it because it's the longest time in the day to do Runaway over Railway, and it also is in the complete sun, so you'll be hot and you'll be waiting a long, long time. So again, parking lots are going to take a long time to get into, just with the lines. Bus stops can have long waits. If you're rope dropping, Skyliner can have up to an hour and a half wait at rope drop for Hollywood studios. So they're recommending using Uber and Lyft. I think that's probably the best strategy just because it's you two, you go right there, you're not relying on Disney transportation. So again, probably do that. And then here's just another picture of the extended queue. Obviously very large, taking up a lot of space. So if you can avoid doing Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at the beginning, it's probably a good strategy. So again, they recommend going to Toy Story Land. So in the article, here is like the popularity. So you have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is number 1. Number 2 is going to Star Wars Galaxy Edge. You could just sit around and wait to 10 a.m. to get a boarding group. You can go to Toy Story Land, go down to Sunset Boulevard to go on Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror, or you could go to Starbucks. Caffeine is your friend, folks, if you want to have the skills to tap the app. I've never tapped the app, but I've heard about tapping. You know, you tap the app to refresh to get the boarding pass. Caffeine, laser focus. Let's go. So again, on this day, they went to Toy Story Land, so Min-May Mania at 9:35. Walk on. Awesome. Best ride? Let me know in the comments below. Do you go hard on Toy Story Mania? Or do you just kind of flappy, let me get this stuff? I'm not competitive. No, I'm talking about we're going as fast as you can, trying to get those points because you know what? Toy Story Mania is a competition. No, it's Disney World. But got to go hard on these things, folks. This is how you do it. Again, you could go to Alien Swirling Saucers. I've never done it. I'm not really a big fan. I've heard it's fun and it's cute. The kids probably like it. And you can do it 3 or 4 times if you want. No one will be there. So again, they went to Slinky Dog Dash. So posted wait time was 40 minutes. Bumped all the way up to 60 minutes. Actual wait time is 21. We're going to see a little bit of a trend here where Disney inflates ride times. Actual times are a lot less. I don't know if this is a strategy of, hey, people are kind of iffy if they want to do a ride. If they see a 60-minute wait and they don't know better, they're just going to walk away and go somewhere else. Versus if they see a 20-minute wait, then the queues maybe start to get really extended. So while Tom went on, his wife tried to get it. And here you can see, park opens at 10 o'clock. They're in. Current booking window is full. Again, get your caffeine, folks. You should have 2 people on this. Not on Disney Wi-Fi. There's 2 really good spots that you should try to get a boarding pass at. Those would be down Sunset Boulevard and by the big dino, Gertrude the dinosaur, the green one, because you want to be away from people. Cellular reception gets sucked when you're around a lot of people. So to ensure yourself the best chance, get off the Wi-Fi, go on your cellular, go to Sunset Boulevard away from people, go by Gertie, the green dinosaur. Let me know if I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. It doesn't sound right. Margie? I don't know. So again, Slinky Dog is a great ride. Look at these colors. They're beautiful. Slinky Dog is awesome. And again, while you go on, and then by the time he got off the ride at 10 o'clock, which this is like the craziest thing. The line for Slinky Dog actually goes all the way back to Animation Courtyard where Little Mermaid is. I mean, this is just like, I like Slinky Dog. And I guess there's just the parks at like full capacity right in the morning to get rides that they're like, hey, what do we do now? Let's go to Toy Story Land. And then like rides just go at capacity, but I don't know. Exactly. And because it's all about physical distancing, social distancing. So like Toy Story Midway Mania, There's really no difference between social distancing before as and after. It can still fit as many people, like throughput of capacity. Where Slinky Dog, you're gonna have spaces, Rise, you're gonna have spaces. And that's why there's not as many boarding passes as there were before, boarding groups. And that's why Rocking Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror have longer waits, because there's now gaps versus Toy Story Midway Mania, which could eat probably the most amount of people per hour per ride. And again, it might say 40 minutes, but probably was a walk-on. And again, I can't say the word because I don't want to be explicit, but this is the acronym for Alien Swirling Saucers. Wish I was in that meeting with Bob Iger when someone's like, yeah, let's go to Alien Swirling Saucers. So again, people are cutting through Galaxy's Edge. It's busy again. That's probably, so like you said, you got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway as the top choice. Then people are going to Galaxy's Edge. So that's going to fill up. Then people are going to start going. They're going to wait for the boarding groups. They're going to go down Sunset Boulevard. So all the rides are going to start filling up very, very quickly. And as you can see here, pretty much everything you want to get into Olga's, it's a line. If you've ever seen that episode of South Park where they bring in a carnival and one of the rides is called a line, that's kind of what Hollywood Studios is like in the morning. You get a line, you get a line, and you get a line. I don't know what's going on in this video. I'm sorry, folks. But again, they were just trying to go over to Star Tours. If you like Star Tours, great. I can't do motion rides, so it's a big no-no for me. And again, 40-minute wait, posted wait time, 17-minute. Muppet Vision, they don't feel safe doing indoor rides because the theater is socially distanced. You can't fit as many people in. So during the day, it actually has a longer line just because of you might have to be sitting through a couple of shows. So even Muppet Vision, indoor air conditioning, some people don't feel comfortable. And it's all your choice. Make your own choices. So they headed back over to Sunset Boulevard, where Rock and Roller Coaster was 60 minutes. Yeah, again, that's pretty long. It's going all the way back here. And then you go to Tower of Terror, which is going all the way through the Phantasmic Amphitheater at 105 minutes. I'm sorry, Tower of Terror, I love you, but I do not love you 105 minutes long in the beginning of the morning. So if you're not staying the whole day, a good strategy, as they have here, is to do Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster. I think your SOL, you're going to have to pick one or the other because you probably can't do both in the morning. You're going to either go to Toy Story Land and do those, or you're going to go to Sunset and do that and kind of knock out either one of those rides because you're going to have a wait on the other side. And again, depends on what you want. So again, at noon, the park's starting to look a little bit quieter. And it's not because it's a slow day. It's because pretty much everyone's in a line queue. So everyone's in the rides. This is at its peak moment. He recommends either going to one of the most delicious restaurants in a theme park in the world, the Hollywood Brown Derby, get the Cobb salad, get the grapefruit cake, come thank me later. If you don't have an ADR, Baseline Tap House, again, is another great place to grab a cold beer. And you have to get there before noon because the tables start filling up. But if you're staying close and you can go on the Skyliner Resort, get out of the park around noon. It's hot. Line times are very long. So there's also another secret tip here. There's a 2 p.m. draw for Rise of the Resistance. You don't actually have to be in the park. The only validation is that you came into the park that day, so you can, like I said, get a boarding group from there. And this video is getting long, and I'm still not done. So again, they come back at 4 p.m. trying to see how much they can do in the last 2 hours of the day. Can't believe Hollywood Studios closes at 6. Craziness. So get into the line at Smuggler's Run. And here's we go. 35-minute wait time was actually 17. Then they move over to Rock and Roller Coaster, 25 minutes. Actual wait time was 12. Seeing a trend here. Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, 30 minutes. Actual time, 11. And they probably could have done Slinky Dog, but it's close. And if you are trying to do Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at the end, don't chance it, folks. Don't chance it. So they got there at, maybe it's close at 7. I'm sorry. That was 3 hours. So again, posted wait time was 50. Actual wait time was 32. And again, there's a couple different strategies here. We'll leave it here on this beautiful photo of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So overall, what do I think? I think Hollywood Studios is still a good park. Depends on your touring strategy. If you're going to try to get rides, try to have multiple people doing it. Get off of the Wi-Fi and do it on your cellular and get away from people. Then don't go to Galaxy's Edge right away because that's what most people do. So they're going to go to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That's going to balloon up to a 90-minute ride wait in the sun. No, thank you. People are going to go to Galaxy's Edge. You're going to see Smuggler's Run probably jump up to a 60, 70-minute, a half hour before the park opens. So you have to make a choice. You're going to have to go to Toy Story Land and knock out those 3 or those 2, depending on what you want. Or you're going to have to go down to Sunset Boulevard and knock out Rock and Roller Coaster and the Tower of Terror. So it really just depends on what you do. Let me know what you're thinking, what your strategy would be to going to Hollywood Studios. Again, if you like these videos and you like my craziness, drop a like. Mickey, find that like button. Mickey, cool graphics stuff. It's the end of the video. No one's watching this anyway. But subscribe. Help share the videos. And as always, for this crazy video that just never ends and I'm blabbing, have faith, have trust, lots of pixie dust, and I look forward to the next time we talk Disney.